unless they was moving in with a female. Or they got somebody pregnant and now y'all gotta go figure it out. But for a man to just...
And she's shooting darts over here.
She's shooting them darts.
I'm just thinking in general. Listen, if I'm wrong, tell my point. So now, the only way I can win, and I feel like I get a win out of this...
She argue right there.
Bullshit, I don't go tit for tat. Hit the party, feel like started with these dance moves. And if your bitch wanna dance, then you know I'm a groove. Young wild nigga been breaking all these rules. Still got all these bitches mad cause they know I'ma choose. These niggas is my sons, no child support. Soon as Vinny hit record, automatic score. Ain't no chivalry, but I done opened a lot of doors. Ain't talking Sir Charles, this is chess, watch me kill the board. Tryna run it up and we ain't doing it off scamming. Brothers had a baby, so you know your rapper can't.
Welcome back to another episode of Don't Do That Chat. As always, it's M80.
It's your boy Dartis, aka Tease.
It's There's Money Man back with another one. You understand me?
Domo, you feel? Alright, we got 3 special guests today. They come on energy. Actually, they brought that light. They still gonna get turned up on because we don't even care. That's what we do. That's what we do at Don't Do That Chat. Remember that.
Yeah, okay.
So first, we got
Soy,
our lovely lady,
Bree, and Mo.
Oh, we got Momo. She said she bought it too. Okay.
Period.
So what's the topic, lady?
So today we are going to be talking about Battle of the Sexes, but first we got to go ahead and introduce our special guest and let her introduce herself. So Morgan, if you can go ahead and let the people know who you are.
Sure. My name is Mo. I am a mother, entrepreneur. Go ahead and follow my Instagram at A Better Woman Wellness for all of your feminine wellness products. And I brought my cousin and my best friend, and yeah, we're here to turn up.
And look, and ladies, some of y'all need them feminine products.
You do.
Y'all do.
I got the steams, the oils, the scrubs, and they work. Bounce back.
Hey.
Okay. Snap.
Take care of your body. And as always, we will put their information down in the link below in the description.
Hey fellas, I know you're looking good right now. None of y'all have their DMs, alright? I want to see it. I want them like, they all in my DMs. I don't even want to see it, guys, alright? Calm down. Calm down.
And with that token that you guys just mentioned, yeah, ladies take care of yourselves, but men also, your pH balance matters. Yes.
Yeah,
We do care about that. Drink
hey,
your water.
Hey, they try to, hints.
Drink your water. Drink your water.
fruits.
Yeah.
Hey, and she's spinning for some reason. No.
Exactly.
Also,
so eat your fruits.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Yang Vibe.
Okay.
Go cop the merch. I got the hoodie, you
got
feel
the
me? I got the
lovely.
socks. We got the Yang socks.
At Yang
Hey,
Vibe.
this is probably one of the best jackets I've ever worn. It feels so good, man. Go ahead and support them.
Alright, let's get to the topic.
Alright, so today we're gonna have like some kind of a rapid fire. It's gonna be a battle of the sexes. We're gonna be talking about topics where we're just gonna be bringing them up, and we're just gonna have a quick opinion. If you ain't got an opinion, then you lost. But if you got an opinion and it makes sense, you got a point. But if you got an opinion and it don't make sense, that's a loss.
Cut you off. So earlier before the podcast started, I noticed Mo. Earlier for the podcast, so I noticed Mo was kind of going off into like old school traditions, and now men kind of act a certain way. Do you want to kind of further explain that? We can get into that debate.
Sure, I can go ahead and get us started.
What's the backstory? Yeah.
So yeah, I was having a conversation with my grandmother about just what really drives men these days, and it kind of came down to, you know, in her generation, men were self-starters. They didn't need any motivation. They didn't do it for women, not because they had a baby on the way, nothing like that. It was like, my drive comes from me solely. Like, I want to get my own spot. I want to bring a woman into something that's already established for myself. And for me, I feel like that's something that the men in our generation definitely lacked. Up until this year, I feel like 2021, I asked on my Instagram story, like, you know, what is something that everybody is hoping to do this year? And a lot of black men actually were like, you know, I want to be a homeowner. So that's the first time I've ever kind of gotten that response. But previously, I felt like it was always men weren't really moving out of their mama's house unless they was moving in with a female. Or they got somebody pregnant and now y'all got to go figure it out. But for a man to just...
And she's shooting darts over here.
She's shooting them darts.
I'm just thinking in general. Listen, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But that's just the energy that that's just what I've seen. And so I was like, you know, men need to start doing it for themselves. Not saying that, you know, it's not obtainable goal. But
all right, Mo. So I gotta do do this to you, but now I gotta brush the bubble. All right. So listen here, don't do that, chat crew. The reason why she's kind of off right now, she's not really bringing in different generations. So back in the day, and your grandma, I don't know how old your grandma was, but I'm gonna at least assume 60s, 70s. Because black we got young grandmas.
Black don't crack.
So the reason I say that is then back in the old days, women were seen as more poverty, or they were also seen as just stay-at-home wives. I said nowadays, so back in the day, men need to be provided and have their own stuff before they can make a family. Because it wasn't no shacking up back in the day. It was like you gotta get married, so you need to have your own stuff so that dad can bless you for you to get married. Nowadays, women are way more independent. They have way more stuff going on for yourself. So the guy doesn't necessarily need to build on his own. Now the mindset is okay, I need to find a woman I can build with. So like I gotta be the sole provider. So I think that's kind of changing the natural mindset of a man going on nowadays. So now when I look for a woman, it's not like oh, let me make sure I'm ready because I'm already set up. But it's also like let me look for a woman I can build with and grow some who can.
Absolutely.
I don't need to stay at home wife no more. I need a boss like me.
But what a woman is doing for herself has nothing to do with what you should be doing for yourself as a man.
No, that's facts.
If I'm building what I'm building, then that's just what it is. But what does that have to do with what you got going on? You don't you don't take a step back from what you should be trying to get to because I'm also getting to it too. No, you keep that same energy and we gonna meet where we meet at.
You said it perfect. That's what I'm saying. I'm keeping the same expectation. Like I'm gonna be good by myself. But now when I look for that woman, it's about what can she always bring to the table. As in before, man, it was like either you have it or you don't. Right. That woman isn't going to aid you or help you get to that next point. But nowadays, like
saying as far as like now or back then.
No, back then, as in nowadays.
I feel like that's probably not true as much.
Back then, women couldn't even really work.
No,
I mean, that's so much black women because black women were black
girl with nothing. You get what I'm saying? They was all leaving. You feel me? Wherever situation with nothing. You get what I'm saying? And then they going out finding a job, whatever, and then making it some type of.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about we talking about back then, right?
Back then, you talking about women or you talking about men?
Women. We thought we talking about like women and men.
Women can work.
Nah, I agree with Dartese. I mean, back in the day, women weren't able to make the same wages as men. And it's still the same today, but I mean, it's a lot closer today than it was back then. Because back then,
absolutely,
actually, it's the opposite. Yeah, black women make more than black men.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's a new statistic. But I mean, worldwide, if we're talking about just men and women in general, men still make more per. Like somebody would have the same position, and a woman having the same position would be getting paid less.
Yeah.
And really, it comes down to my sole point in what I was saying was the desire of a man to do so. So regardless of, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying for a man to just have that innate desire, like I want to go get it on my. Nobody had to push you. Nobody had to convince you that you should have did that. It ain't your partner's in your ear.
You know, it's a lot of niggas just doing shit to get the woman. You know what I'm saying? And when they get it, they don't even know what to do after that. All type of shit.
Exactly.
They're reaching the top of the mountain. So
right.
It's like,
I feel like for our generation, like for men, I guess I think we weren't brought. A lot of us didn't have father figures. So you feel me? We didn't have anybody to show us for one or tell us like, get your own. You feel me? No, for real. Like you feel me? Like we didn't really have that guidance. I think back in the day, you know, it was more families put together before like.
That's a great point right there. I'm gonna kind of dive deep into what David's saying. If you know the statistics back in the day, black people had the highest marriage rate. Black people were coming from more like nuclear homes and stuff like that. As in nowadays, you see the rate. A lot of black dads are in jail. It's like single home families, single mothers. So you don't have that. Yeah, by design. So you don't have that guidance. So before it was like, no, son, this is what you got to do to be a man and be on your own. So you already had that. Your dad molding you to already be that entrepreneur, that go getter. As in nowadays, kind of like. Nigga, your daddy ain't here. Nigga, you need to get the house and you just gonna get on your own. So at that point, dudes just trying to survive.
They're figuring it out.
You know,
I was blessed, and my twin was blessed, as in we had a strong. Not even our dad passed away, but we had a strong grandfather figure that was like a dad. So me and him naturally adopted that. We gonna get it by any means necessary and be successful. We don't need a woman, but I'm gonna have my own. And even though I want to build a woman to build with, I don't need a woman to build because I'm already established. She's just a luxury.
Right.
She's not a necessity. So. But I can
I don't want to say we was taught that. That was a little.
Oh, okay. Hey, we gonna have to bring a conclusion to that topic, and I'm gonna just go ahead and call that one a tie because that one was just.
It was good.
Because we were good.
Yeah,
that's fine, man. I'm gonna call it a tie. I ain't trying to.
Oh no, man.
All right, I got a question. I got a question for the ladies, and then I want a response from the men. All right. So, ladies, my question to you is, why do you think men feel so entitled on everything females do?
I don't know.
That's a loaded ass question.
It is irritating.
Speak your mind.
think it kind of goes back to what David said, them equating that to what a man should be doing. Like, a man should be in control. He should be regulating those things because we've never seen a healthy relationship. We've never seen a woman given independence and being able to walk in that, and a man respecting that, being confident enough to respect that, to see that and be like, you know, I'm allowed for you and love you enough to let you be your own person. I don't have to control you because I respect your character as a woman, because I respect, you know, I know that I know who I'm messing with. I know, I trust myself to choose somebody. So I think that comes down to insecurities in men. Like, that comes down to insecurity for sure.
Okay, what about
So-
Lady? Y'all got
Oh yeah.
I agree to a certain extent because I feel like sometimes women do shit that I feel like. Okay, so for instance, say if you wear like a skimpy ass outfit, but if you're in a relationship with somebody, I feel like there should be a limitation to certain things of what you do versus like how you dress, how you hold yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're almost not only you're a reflection of yourself, but you're gonna be a reflection of your man. Yeah. So you don't want to be disrespectful and dress hoish or like half naked. You see how females be on Instagram. And you're supposed to be like the woman in his corner. Exactly. Like, I don't want somebody who's all on Instagram who is doing all the busted challenges and half naked. It just depends, because it could be a man. There's men out there that's completely, okay with it.
I'll say this though. I feel like if you go into a relationship, she was doing that before y'all got in a relationship. You already knew what you was going into.
Right.
It's fine.
Then you should be okay with that. That comes back to knowing who you're with. Mm-hmm. If that's how she carries herself, if that's the level of respect that she has for herself, that's not going to change because you came in the picture. So don't be with somebody who doesn't.
You chose to further that along. So if that's something that So if that's something that you wasn't comfortable with, then you could have kicked rocks before we got this started. Ooh. But you know what I'm saying? If you decided here to stay, that's like me. If you wear tight ass jeans and I really don't care for somebody that wears tight ass jeans, and I get with you and I start complaining, well, bitch, you could have said something back then.
I thought we was cool. When I
automatically looked at him. It was not directed to him. Anyway, I said he was just the closest male to me. No, I'm talking to him. No, I feel you. I hear you. There should be. I would never. There should be. Yeah, no, I feel you, Soy, for sure. There are certain boundaries that are in place when you're in a relationship, and like I said, that just comes down to the woman that you are too, though.
It's kind of like unspoken. Like, it's down to you really communicating, knowing you're a woman, where you can decide what's acceptable, what's not. Don't go into like, this is how you should be, but like, let's have a conversation of why you do that.
Exactly.
And whether we should promote that more, you know, body positivity, shout out to last week's episode, or it's kind of like, you need to tone that down a little bit, because now you kind of now you're leading the man on to think you just something that you're not, or whatever, how you want to put it.
But I think those conversations that you're talking about are super important to have, because you don't know why I might be doing that. I might have been really insecure about my body, and I'm finally at a place. You make me feel so comfortable about my body that now I no longer need to. You know, you as a man, you make me feel so good about myself that I don't care what nobody's talking about. So yeah, I think that plays a part in it too. Is having those conversations like, okay, why are you doing that? Because maybe it's a childhood trauma. Maybe it's something that you're trying to work through. Let's have those conversations and get on the same page.
Damn. What you say? Sociology or something over there?
little bit of everything.
Hey, I gotta come to defense.
Come on, let's come back.
Listen, what I have to say is females, I would say, like, as far as males having opinions on what females do, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like, I know I'm probably gonna get crucified for this, but I'm doing this anyways. All right? Here's what I'm saying. Most females want that to an extent, and I feel like as males, they see the most attraction in your eyes when you're telling them something to do. Like when you want them to do something in their eyes. Like they tell you to do something that maybe gets your motor going. Something that makes you like really like, ooh, like okay, like I like being put in my place.
Oh, I get you.
And I mean, I know it's not all the time.
To an extent.
That's what I'm saying. To an extent.
No, I'm not gonna go ahead.
That's why maybe a lot of guys tend to do that a lot, because I mean, hey, it's like it's kind of hard for people. I mean, men are done. We ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, okay, we there's a lot more women alive than there are men. Okay, Men die from a lot more.
Protectors.
Like
women
live longer.
Stressing this
But
out.
anyway,
We are not in the wilderness.
we're trying to hold this way. Oh, I kind of got thrown off track.
I'm sorry.
I get what you're
But
saying.
yeah.
I was trying to defend our name,
So
bro.
pretty much what M80 is trying to say is that a lot of women find that attractive in a male, and you understand they say good guys lose, bad guys is win. So that kind of alpha dominant male kind of guys see that as women respect that. So we naturally start putting that energy out there because we feel like when we put that energy out there, it's way more successful than when we put the like, oh, I'm a good guy, I went to school, and I want to be a good guy to you. I'm like, nigga, get your corny ass away from me, nigga, back up. But we come like, you look good, you mess with a boss like me, you like, hold up, he might be saying some fast shit.
This is what I say. I'm gonna speak to that. So you trying to regulate what I'm wearing, where I'm going home, talking to, that's insecurity. I don't respect that. Now, if you talking to me about, look, you spending a lot of time on the internet, let's go get some money, let's figure out anything. If you put me on game, that's the type of shit that's gonna get
you ain't putting no money first, that's a problem.
You put me on money, you put me on game, you talking to me about bettering myself, you checking me about, little things that I need to fix about myself. Now, like I said, insecure shit is another thing. I don't respect that. I don't think that's sexy. I don't like you texting my phone talking crazy. That shit don't turn me on. But if you like, hey, check it out, let's sit down. I'm like, okay, hold on, I'm listening. I'm listening to what you're talking about.
I repeat, it's a setup. Don't do that shit. Do not tell her to sit down. She's like, you gotta sit down when I want to sit down. It's a setup. Don't do that.
Listen, if you respect your niggas, you got a nigga worth respecting, you gonna sit down. You gonna sit down.
Alright.
They like the nigga. It don't fall into place.
That's true. Because if I don't like you, I'm not.
Yeah, they not gonna listen to me.
One last final statement before we get to the next question. Well, you kind of said, why do men feel entitled to do these things? To go off just the base of the question, it's because society tells us we should feel entitled to do. We the providers, we the head of the homes, even though it's not the case as much nowadays. Society tells us I'm the boss, I'm the man, I do my part.
Y'all the boss, but we stand aside.
So can you pay the bills if you all of that? If you're the boss, you're the man.
I can't pay all the bills.
I don't understand.
No, brother.
You ain't splitting no utilities, brother. You pay for all the needs you need. You pay for everything you need.
She gotta sign nothing.
On Amazon but I'm at that level in life right now. But before I wasn't. But it is what I can do, and I can't.
Hey, it's okay. He just said he's a boss.
Right. Period. And leave it at that. No explanation needed.
Exactly.
I'll put this out there. If I get to that top, you feel me, without finding my missus, I'm finna be toxic than a motherfucker.
Ladies, beware of this man right here. Look, zoom the camera in.
While I'm hustling to get up there. You feel me?
She gotta be able to
She better shoot in the gym with me just a little bit, at least get a couple rebounds.
Yeah, she gotta get her reps in, period.
What's the next one?
So, hey, we're gonna cut a conclusion that go ahead and put in the comments who you think won that one, what your thoughts are. But our next one is, I got a question for the ladies and then another response for the men, and then maybe next round I'll switch it around.
Okay.
But for the ladies, why do men feel the need to brag to their friends about their ladies and about hooking up with girls in general?
Ooh, I got
I
an argument for that. I feel like women brag more than men.
And because of that, do you
Women
really
brag
think
more than
men
men.
genuinely like women for women? Or do they like them to
That's loaded. Like, damn, which one do you want me to answer first?
Objectivity, or we going
both?
Okay, so the first one, repeat that for me. I'm
So
sorry.
the first one was, why do men feel the need to brag to their friends about hooking up with multiple ladies?
Why do you feel?
I mean, just dragging your nuts. Like, yeah, I'm fucking on her, I'm doing this and doing that. It's just a stature thing, like.
So,
what does it do for y'all?
And then, so the follow-up question for that, because we gonna respond, we already know. But the follow-up question for that is...
That's why they do it about men, because women...
That's what I was saying.
Y'all talk about the guys you been with your girl. I mean, I can't say y'all do it, but...
Well, yeah, but here's the question, though, that follows up with it, is because when guys, that's mainly what they do. Like, do men who do that genuinely like women?
I kind of want to know why do women be...
Yeah, I feel like...
Bro, we can ask the questions. I'm asking them the questions right now, bro.
Okay, so you're asking us, do those men genuinely like women as opposed to what? Like, or do they only do it for the stat?
Yeah.
Both. Yeah, I think you can like the pussy and like the stat. Like, like that I said it, that I enjoyed the act, but I also get to say, that I did it.
Yeah, that shit, I feel like that is
okay.
You could be a nigga who just run his mouth too much.
That's
really actually really like a female.
I'm talking
Go ahead.
But I feel like, part of me, yes, okay, they could really like you. You could just be a nigga that run his mouth. Or I feel like if a man is really genuinely interested in somebody and is having sex with somebody, why would you want to let your partners know how good your person
They don't. If they really like you, they don't. Now they
so I feel like it goes hand in hand.
Okay, we're getting to what you were asking for real.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I mean, we can go ahead and say what y'all want to say, because I agree with that. Because my thing is, bro, here's the thing. If I hook up with a lady, right?
Okay,
if I hook up with a young lady,
you get the cheeks, okay?
Get the cheeks, you know what I'm saying?
Was that the PG?
Bro, like, I'm not in college. Like, I'm not in college no more. I'm not in high school. It's not so much of like, oh, bro, like I just got some ass, bro. Like that's like I just lost my virginity type shit. It's like, bro, I'm just handling my business. Like I'm handling my business. Like this is an everyday thing. Like I don't fucking have sex, wake up and go to work. Like, bro, I just got my fucking dick sucked. Like,
you a grown ass man, right?
Shit.
Okay, that's a great point right there.
It's just like, why do you feel the need to go tell your boys, like, are you trying to look good in their eyes, bro? Like, are you trying to fucking?
He shouldn't have or couldn't have gotten that in a sense. That's when he's doing it.
I feel like guys, we like to accomplish things. So when we talk about a woman, it's more in the terms of like we gotta like I was saying, what's the name? Whoopty whooped up. Yeah, they don't say whoopty whoop. Yeah. I hit her up. She turned me down 20 times, and the 21st time I got her, bruh, I got her, bruh. She thought she was smooth as time, slid through. I feel like guys do it in like either in the trophy sense, like this is my trophy girl. Y'all thought I couldn't pull it. I got something way above what y'all thought my level was, or I got something I wasn't supposed to get, who was playing hard to get. Because think about, we're hunters. What do hunters do? They put up their trophies. As a woman, y'all don't need to talk about it as much because y'all the one that got hunted. Wow. Y'all don't want to say the corny ass on how the nigga got you. Nigga said,
what is different ways you hang your
But I have a follow-up question, and I've always wondered this. Why do men feel like every time that they engage with a woman sexually, it was something that they finessed?
Because at the end of the day, we have to open our legs for you guys to be able to.
But it's always in the sense like, I got the, what if I wanted to give it to you? What if I been,
what if I can win just as long as you and I'm on the phone?
Maybe I finessed you. Maybe really. You know why does it always have to be? I'm just saying. You said what?
Hey, all I can say is this. I'm gonna give you the most logical thing that makes sense. I'm not gonna say nothing. But here's the most logical thing. Because at the end of the day, if you guys ever get in an argument, you'll say like, your dick was little anyways, and you would say, I still hit. And that's why they were always saying, because they'll never be like, bro, like, try to take it back, like, nah, I didn't fuck that bitch. Like, nah, I didn't fuck her. It was like, nah, I hit, bro. Like, I still hit. Oh, she said you got a little bit. I still hit. Shit. That's his ultimate comeback. But I mean, ladies be like, oh, like his sex sucked anyways. He didn't even make me come. He didn't make me.
Why is
sometimes he might be telling the truth on a nigga, and that's why he's trying to get ahead of me. Oh, I hit them. Woo, woo.
Yeah, because he's like, as long as he got a nut.
But see, that's what I be noticing. Most of the time, the dudes that is saying such and such, oh, I hit such and such, be like, you feel me? Spin the block. Most of the time, the niggas don't get to spin the block. You feel what I'm saying? But they trying to get in front of it early type shit. That's what I be. You know what I mean?
No, but like that's it. Goes like further to your question. It's pretty much.
That's a fact.
Pretty much. I think guys do is I kind of already touched upon it. Like it's like the male masculine, like the accomplishment, like the hunter. Whether y'all. You know, women can hunt and get food. Women lions go get food, but the male hunters are the ones who get trophy and water for. It's the silverback gorilla. We the pride. We the champions. So it's like we accomplished something. Like we got that next step because this. I'm gonna break it down again. Women, y'all can get dick whenever y'all want to. For most niggas, as long as you in the fuckable radar, niggas will hit. So it's not the fuckable. It's a control radar. It's on your radar. That's okay. Let's be honest. Hey, girls that weren't that attractive, but she's like, she was fuckable. If a girl like a nigga weak, she's not busting it open for that nigga. So
if you win the first time, you don't get to spin the block.
Exactly. So guys, we had a it's just so much easier for y'all to get it. Y'all need to bag about. Y'all don't get that. I really got that nigga. Because you probably get the nigga regardless. You next nigga like, I'm trying to give you these cheeks.
It's not a trophy aspect.
Niggas will be like, yeah, come on, I'm going over there right now. What time? Exactly. As in us, we gotta reach out to y'all, do this, and we just hoping like, please again, please. So it's like, when we get it, like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm a smooth dude, you know what I'm saying? She let me hit. But I will say this. It's the same, the opposite way around, bro. Because there's definitely some females out there who's like, please let me fucking. You just like, nah. But it's not as high of a rate. It's not as high of a rate, but I just want to say it's possible. It's possible. Also, y'all trying to bust males out like males talk about it. But I know females talk about it too, so Ladies, y'all ever talk about? I know you probably talk about your boyfriend because you know y'all girls don't talk about their boyfriends to other girls because y'all don't trust other girls half the time. You know these bitch like.
Okay, first of all, I gotta punch you if you ask follow up
Now
questions.
that you say that, if any woman, I feel like if any woman talks to her friends about the person she's dating and their sex life, that's fucking weird because why would you want to give your friend or your partner the idea of how your man's dicking you down, if that makes sense.
Where do y'all go to get
Damn,
your
so
advice?
wait, hold
Where
on.
y'all get your advice
I got a
from?
son at home, so I'm trying to keep my mind. I don't want this on the internet, but you ain't never hit your partner like, bitch. Duh. Okay, so
if females really go into detail.
no, I'm not telling you, no, he did this and flipped it over and turned it around. Like, no, I'm not going into details. Hold on, wait a minute.
Mr. Paulie comes.
Let me take that back.
Mr. Paulie, hold on.
Mr. Paulie.
I'm just saying though, bro. I'm just saying, welcome friends, you throwing respect on the internet.
I know his full name now.
Now that we talk about that, I did contradict myself because I have hit my homegirls like,
Sis.
let me tell you how I just got my back broke. Let me tell you. But I guess there's limitations to it, I feel like.
I had to call your
Probably
cat.
know what it is.
Like your significant other than
Honestly,
like somebody you really rocking with, like you really in a relationship with. You not just running back telling you information.
I'm not gonna run down everything, but I'm not gonna
We're
every
not
time
giving
we have
details.
sex, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, he broke my back again. Nah.
Yeah.
If he
Probably
broke
the
my
initial
back
first time. The first
just
time.
know, going forward, that motherfucker getting broke and pretzel. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, I'm telling my best friend, nigga, I aim for an eye, bro. Nigga, I was 1 for 1, baby.
So
Did he just say?
My bad. I was not
The eye. No, go ahead.
She
Bring
had
it
a-
up.
she had a punch you in it.
No, I was just trying to ask, like, I was trying to clarify, did you mean that, like, you didn't brag in the way that men do? Like, they're like, oh, I had this many.
It's worse.
No, I really like if you, like I said, we're not giving details. We're not saying like, girl, this, that, and the other. It's just like,
We can say women is way more descriptive than men.
Naturally.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
you said that's true.
That's the argument.
My
niggas
friends
trying to
tell me
make.
shit. Maybe it's like,
It's like, hey, bro, I kissed her and then come on, man, I'm not doing all that.
But let's be real, y'all probably not giving details because y'all ain't doing too much. Okay, let's see. Rate the effectiveness of foreplay. Are you? How long are you exactly? You're not.
I'm still a young man.
No.
We still got women.
We already there. We already there because look,
Good job.
I'm doing at least.
That's fine.
That's
That's fine because
Thank you.
foreplay.
Thank you. Because
Foreplay. I'm sorry. The reason why foreplay makes sense to me because as I got older, I'll make a comparison and keep it PG-13. As I got older, when I played in college, when I was 18, 19, I used to go out there on the field. I didn't have to warm up. I was already in there. I was going full practice right there. As soon as I turned 20, I ran out on that field and I tried to fucking run, and oh my God, I tried to pull my
engine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I
I need to respect.
the engine sometimes be started already.
That's what I'm saying. We be having to get the car going.
let's make sure everybody's needs are met.
Facts.
Yeah.
But wait, this. Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Foreplay. Because you can't just jump in.
Go ahead, T.
I'll say I'll just be frank right there. I was been into foreplay because I realized I used to study sex at a young age. Like, how do you do it? I was always curious, like, how you do it? How you flip it, dip it, reverse it real quick. So I learned from like reading articles and stuff like that. And supporting. I was there studying, but I'm a competitor, so I want to be the best whatever I do. And sex is part about this. So,
Ladies,
You was saving sex in the city on the DL.
Wait, ladies, he paying bills. He's studying. He doing his due diligence. Oh, he's cups.
don't hit his DM when we on your ass.
But I'm just saying, so I went to perfect it, so I realized they always say foreplay is essential. So make sure that you put your 5-10 minutes before get her started, get her going, because you should only focus on pleasing her because I think guys, we always gonna get ours regardless.
Exactly.
So why not focus on pleasing women? I think that would,
No. No. It is not. 100%.
It's gonna be
not 100% because I'll let you know right there. There are definitely some trash ass. There's some trash fucking sex out there from some females, bro. I don't care if it's like,
we don't talk. We guys never talk about that part.
The man that you can't finish.
No, bro. Like that shit is common. That shit is common. Just because you look good don't mean shit. If you can't fuck.
That is true. Guys never talk about it, but it's something that we do talk to them. Is like, bro, she was weak. Y'all think y'all should be. Sometimes girls think they should.
Hold on, don't say y'all.
I'm gonna say y'all. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not talking about it.
Direct that to the audience.
Audience. Sometimes y'all always think y'all kitty cat wop, but sometimes y'all got that, you know, that dry ass.
That's not just that vanilla. No French.
Some people don't know how to work it the same way, so it's not.
Always got no bean in there. It's just
that's your problem. Stop messing with the vanilla.
Sometimes.
Once you some of that dope chicks.
Damn. Hey, you know, too much. Don't put that. No. Cut that.
Keep it running.
Okay. They keep it plain, okay? Just like regular brand oatmeal. That's what the fuck it is.
I like sugar spice. I like all.
Quakers. I feel like that's getting too.
I need everyone flavor. Look, all I'm saying is if you ain't doing no futuristic mechanisms with your sex game, it is trash.
Futuristic mechanisms, ladies. Futuristic mechanisms.
So what you gonna do is go onto your local.
Next topic.
Okay,
cool. Hold on, let me go ahead and bring up the topic.
Ultra spitter.
Okay.
I was about to say something, but I'll keep my comments to myself.
Oh, go ahead.
No, let's go.
Okay, sure. Okay. So my question
Say what you said.
my question to the fellas. Do you think women are good at communicating when they're angry compared to men?
Hell no.
I gotta add analogy on that.
I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna go with you.
Fellas, go ahead. Fire away. What y'all gotta say?
We all sipping too much. We get too good. Wait.
I'll take the hit.
I feel like women
I'll take this shit. I'm about to be wailing on them.
I go.
Go ahead.
Let me go ahead.
Let
me go into this. So the reason I feel like women are good at talking, they're not good at communication once they get bad, because you can sit there and talk to your woman like, "What you mad about? I don't want to talk. Mm-hmm. And then like, "What you mad about? I ain't mad. I'm chill. I'm cool." Mm-hmm. And let it be 1 hour later. Oh, you don't care. You keep trying to ask me. But if you keep asking, then you bug them too much. If you don't ask them enough, then you don't care about them. So like after that, so the next fight come right, you be like, okay, she mad. I'm just gonna leave it up. Fuck her on until she ready to talk. Oh, you don't care. Oh, you see me mad. You never ask me, was that okay? I just feel like women emotions, what they want, when they get mad, changes so much. They have this bad effect when I'm mad. I feel like guys, when we get mad, be like, look, bitch, you pissed me off. Let me just tell you right now. I'm upset. And then give me some time.
Niggas get the
cool.
flashing, bro.
I mean, somebody dudes are a little. They get kind of aggressive. But I mean, not me. I'm just like, look, you got me. I don't fuck with that. I'm a little blunt.
I feel it. But here's my problem with females when they get mad. Y'all are so inconsistent with what the fuck y'all are mad about. Like, what the hell? You telling me one day, oh, this shit didn't make you mad, and I do the same thing another day. Oh, why the fuck you close the door like that? Why the fuck you close? And then I gotta figure out a week later. Oh, it was the way you didn't open the door when I got out the car, or some shit that had nothing to do with me. The way I closed the fucking kitchen door, or some shit. Getting hella mad.
They start combining stuff together.
Yeah, and then they start combining stuff together, and they start. It's like y'all like to do addition. Like y'all fucking hate no subtraction. Unless it's y'all. Oh, babe, let me suck your dick. I'm supposed to forgive you. But now y'all be adding up shit from the past. Like, oh, today I called my mom and she said you haven't even called her in a whole month. And then last time I let you take my car, you didn't even let me on that quarter tank. You didn't even fill me up. And then 3 months ago, I saw you looking at that, and it was just like, damn, man, like I'm getting in trouble for all of this now. Like, goddamn.
I think that you have no argument from this side. I think that we're very emotionally driven.
Women are emotional.
And then one thing I will say that I'm learning about myself is I go for the kill. Like in any argument argument, that is my goal. Because someone asked that on Instagram. They said, you know, when you are in an argument with someone that you love, someone you care about, what is your ultimate goal? Are you matching energy? Are you going for the kill? Or are you trying to find a resolution? And for me, it was like, you know, I haven't matured to the place of finding a resolution. My main goal when we get into it is I'm trying to break you all the way the fuck down because you have me fucked up. So that's my goal. And I know it's terrible. I'm working on it. But what I was saying that is, I get so mad because it comes from a place of being more disappointed in myself for allowing you to take me to that place. So the only way at this point that I feel like I can win in this case and keep my pride intact is if I break you the fuck down.
Right, that's
really what it is to keep my pride intact because I've already crossed the line of allowing for you to take me there.
Right.
So I've lost all validity to my point. Because once you spin off and you acting wild, then it's like your point gets lost. You could have been completely right, but your reaction now has you at a place where nobody's even respecting what you were saying. You acted wild. So now we focused on that. So now I've lost my point. So now the only way I can win, and I feel like I get a win out of this.
you argue right there.
The only way I'm gonna come out of this and feel like I came out on top is if I break you down. Because now I've broken you of everything you was trying to do.
But
You sound like a boxer right now. I'll break you down.
That word is that pride.
Absolutely, it's a pride thing. And that's what you have to put aside in order.
Yes.
Somebody has to be strong enough. Somebody got to be mature enough. Somebody got to take that step to be like, hey, we're not even gonna do this.
But it's that ego, I feel like too.
Exactly.
Though.
But when you're working with somebody you love, you gotta try your hardest to break down that ego and that pride. And I only say that just because I was in a relationship for 8 years and that shit turned toxic. And it was like, we both had such strong personalities and we were both dominant and we both had so much pride and ego that we'll argue about our main topic, and like she said, we'll venture off on how one of us is talking to another, and then we get off a whole different reason on why we're even mad at each other and not really resolving the main issue of why we're really mad.
Somebody has to be strong enough to take on that. And you can't be with somebody who doesn't. Y'all have to have a polar like strengths. Like you stronger at this and I'm weak here, and that takes maturity, and a lot of us lack that. Go ahead.
It's good. I just wanted to say something like, I understand that's the case for most people, but shit, not for me. Because here's what I gotta say. Because I argue with somebody I love, and here's the thing. I know a way, here's what I'm gonna say first. Because I understand you have your pride, and you have to understand that there are some times like where you want to argue, and I'm just like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I sit there and say it.
Men are
But
better
that
like
one
that.
time, because I don't argue unless I know I'm fucking knowledgeable. Like, it's like, I'm gonna have a debate. If I have a debate on something, I'm gonna know.
Right,
know
what I'm talking about, yeah.
And so, I had an argument with somebody that I love, and shit, I was hitting her with facts. Like, it was like a Mike Tyson fight where I was just like, But here's
You gotta hit him with facts and feel shit.
I was hitting her with facts. I'll give you a brief argument, but she said, oh, my son is not gonna play football. And I said, it's gonna be his choice if he wants to play football or not.
Right.
And then she tried to go ahead and say, oh, football players are this, and that.
Oh
man. Boom. I can tell you right now, I went like Goku is Super Saiyan Blue, bro. I'm a football player first, but I just want to know that was the ultimate mad. I'm a real mellow dude. I don't get mad.
But she talking about for the safety of her child though. It's coming from a place of real concern. So you
It
couldn't meet her
was,
halfway. You couldn't.
I met her, but here's the thing. But here's the thing. I made her knowledgeable without having to belittle her.
Okay.
Because I told her, I gave her facts of myself, my father, and some of my friends, and some of my family. That's what I'm saying. Like, I went to go ahead and give examples of great people, and I was just saying, like, you can't focus on the bad. But here's the thing: there's a way to argue with your significant other without having to like embarrass them or make them feel dumb.
Yeah.
You just have to make them feel like get your point through where you're serious. Like you can see that you're driven to the point of anger. You're serious, but you're still respecting them at the same time.
I'm gonna be honest right now. I got a little bit of you and me, a little bit of Moby, and I'll kind of break down the two. Okay. So I'm one of them people that I'm really laid back. I really like to argue. That's not really my thing. Okay. But I can argue my ass off. That's
You
why
can
I
argue
do
the
the
whole podcast.
whole podcast. I can argue, but like I'm in a relationship where I barely argue, but I encourage I argue more. But like the thing is, once I get to the argument state, it's like it's no breaking me. So I'm like at that point, I'm like.
You took me there.
You took me there, so I'm not like aggressive. I'm like, I'm gonna let you know why you.
Nigga, you look like the Hulk.
Well, I said, but I'm not like aggressive like that. But I'm like, look, this is the case, this is that. I'm gonna throw all facts, and then because you can't really argue facts. That's what I learned when I was learning the law and stuff like that. I was in debate classes, so I can't come for your throat, and I don't really let it. Once we get to that point, I'm like, I'm not letting go. I'm trying to break you down too. But the whole thing, I really don't try to get to that point. Most of the time, when girls get mad or I'm in a situation, I'm like, I try to think like, is it worth it for me to really get mad about it? If it's not, I'm gonna leave it alone. But once I do kind of match energy sometimes. So sometimes when that energy get up there, I'm like,
hold on,
let's get the energy going.
Hold on.
If you talk to me calm, I'm gonna be calm. You talk to me a little aggressive, I'm gonna talk to you a little more aggressive. It's like, but not, that's I feel like I just read people energy, and I'm like this in real life though. Like,
I feel like Ortiz don't be getting mad because he be like, do she know how strong I am? Like that's what the fuck.
That's what I'm doing. I do that with niggas. I'm like, you know how strong I am. That's to y'all. But like to women, I don't flex that on women.
Do y'all think that that's like a result of just like the example that you've seen from your parents, like how we were able to even like communicate with each other, or just like, because I know, at least from experience, like with my parents, I feel like there's always like this battle for power, and just like, even though I don't feel like that's like a good example to set for your children, because it's like in their eyes you're their parents, and it's what you guys should both have an equal amount of authority, but just like.
I got that from my parents, because my parents got divorced when I was still like in middle school. But here's the thing, like they would talk shit to each other, but I would never see it. If they ever did argue in front of me, they would always keep it cordial, as far as like if they would never belittle another parent in front of another child.
Another parent.
Yeah,
that's
but behind the phone, they disrespect each other, but in front of the children. Nah,
they let children be in the children's place, and that's really important. Don't even bring that light to them, that energy to them.
I would speak for me, and Deethers over there. I feel like we just come from a loud argumentative ass family. Like they just have loud and they just get at your throat. Like we seen like there's so many this arguments kind of like it's just naturally. We argue with siblings, everybody, so everybody has that strong personality, and which kind of made me be able to be patient and calm minds down. But once you unlock that hidden person in me, that hidden like my family, like. It's in me.
I feel like we seen both.
Yeah, and I feel like it makes you either run towards that or run exactly away from it. Like I'm very much like that. Like I am a daddy's girl, and my dad never babied me. Like it was what it is, and those are the conversations that we had. And I'm very much like that. I'm very blunt. I'm very straight to the point. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not coddling no grown ass man.
You don't look like you sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah, period.
Like
I'm giving it.
You about to punch somebody right now.
I'm giving it to you straight like that. So for me. I've definitely had men tell me, like, I'm a man at the end of the day. And I definitely respect that. Like, I don't ever want my man to feel like less of a man because of my energy.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, nigga, you got to be able to withstand something.
She got some thug ass energy. You probably made me
I'm
gonna be like this.
You look like you called a couple niggas a bitch.
Let me go shut up over here.
But it's true. Why do I have to soften it up? Why do I have to make it palatable for you? No, I'm not gonna baby feed this to you. I'm gonna tell you like it is, and we can have a conversation and we can come to agreement. But a lot of men can't respect that from a woman. They need me to be gentle with my approach. They need me to be gentle.
The reason
That's
I feel like dudes is like that for real is because women can't take that. You feel me? Soon as a dude be like, you feel me? We start stating facts like he said or whatever. We get mad about whatever. Y'all wanna cry? You feel me? Why you acting mean?
You yelling at me.
That's all.
No, my go-to is like I could know I'm wrong, but I'm gonna argue this to the death.
Yeah, see, that's toxic.
That's toxic. Because when you said it earlier, when you was like, if I'm wrong, I could be like, I'm wrong. No. If we in the middle of it, I'm not.
See, that's what I wanted to say. Like, why? I said at the end of my I didn't even get to the end of my story. I said, why can't y'all ever admit that you're wrong? She never said she was wrong. To this day.
It's easier for men to do than women. I will give y'all that.
Why is that though? Because society make it seem like we just idiots and we all
all the
shit.
Because they like men don't like to argue.
It's always such a power struggle. It's always such a power struggle. I'm relinquishing that if I tell you Okay, you right. My version of that is I'ma just change behavior. If you right, if you telling me what's right, I'ma just go do that. But
that brings me back to my statement, bro. Women are so damn inconsistent when they angry, bro.
That's the best. Let us pull off for a little bit.
Yeah, I need 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna come up under you like, babe, but
Come back, baby. You want some cookies?
That's how he acted.
I will say the only time one would admit they're wrong if you tell them that you're wrong first. Like, you know what, I was wrong. They're like, yeah, I was wrong too.
Yeah.
They never say I was wrong first.
Yeah.
You got no, baby.
But sometimes they're like, yeah, you was wrong, you dumbass nigga. Like, huh? What took you so long?
No,
Like,
that's out of pocket.
oh, I guess I had something wrong too. I had to let you know.
This is great.
All right, everybody, you pretty much wrapped up today. Ladies, y'all did a great job. Everybody, this future one.
Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for coming on the show.
What we found out today was they crazy and we not.
Why is that always?
Nah, I'm messing with y'all. I'm messing with you. Oh, that's the next topic. It's woman crazy. No, I'm playing. Do it the next time. Remember. Let's remember.
Hey, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay.
Go ahead and let us know what you thought about the episode. And until next time, don't
do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do that.